Okay. I always say I wish they would just send me an email because I can't read and start. I'm sorry, guys. I know that probably looks really crazy to everybody coming on trying to watch, and I'm all reading. They send this long paragraph as soon as you go live, and they're like, it's for YouTube users and influencers, and they just are like, read this whole thing about the updates to your channel. Well, thanks. Send me an email. Praise and power. Welcome to a moment of harmony. We are having a Sunday moment as March is just Sunday momenting, okay? Because we're the last Sunday of March 2026 and it's been Sunday moments. So, thank you. Thank you to all of you that continue to support me on Sundays. Have mommy mercy because the month has been full of work and obligations and opportunities. Thank you. Welcome, beautiful bestie. So I'm so grateful, grateful, grateful to have you here today. I have the most amazing birthday announcement today. Dun, 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 dun. Today is my oldest son's 22nd birthday. Happy birthday, Free. That's my boy. He's not a boy because he's 22. Can you believe how that I have a 22-year-old? I don't know about that magic. You know what I'm saying? How he's 22 and I'm 22 and we're 22 at the same time. I don't know how that worked, but it's working and I'm loving him. 22 years ago, I came face to face with the first love of my life. And I'm so ecstatic on this day. Um, Amazing birthday blessings, Mama Earth. We had an amazing time at your birthday celebration. Happy birthday again to my boo thing, Kanisha. Had a wonderful time celebrating you. 40 looks amazing on you. Are we changing the 40 game or what? Okay. Um, just birthday love to all of you. We're in Aries season. It's getting hot in here. The fire signs are out, okay? We are in Aries season. It's about to get on and popping. Happy birthday, Jay, my home skillet. Happy birthday, Nikiwe. Let me see, what's today? I think tomorrow. Tomorrow, Mama Nikiwe, happy birthday. Listen, the fire signs are coming out. Hey, Mr. Carter. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So it's a lot of birthday love. I want to send it all out. We are definitely going to spend the day just celebrating the beauty of life with the quickness of it. Okay, life is just not playing. And I'm so excited to get into our moment today because peace and welcome because I want us to play less and less. I want us to play less and less with life because life is not playing with us. Thank you all for joining in. I was recovering from the flu last week. We still pushed the moment out. Today, we're just going to go ahead and let it flow. Your girl's a little tired, but we're going to work through it because I need a moment, just like you need a moment, just like we've all gathered here today for a moment that's going to move us through, okay? So, today's moment is entitled Profits and Purpose. Profits and Purpose. We are in a 4 week mini series. I think yes, next week we have our last week of the mini series we in. Look how quick these mini series are moving, okay? We are in a 4 week mini series entitled Springing Forward, and we talked about blossoming, balancing. Today we're on benefiting, and next week will be on becoming. So, in benefiting, we are talking about the profits and purpose. How we are no longer, as we are moving forward, as we are following dreams, as we are opening up our lives and our reality, how we are moving away, peace and welcome, how we are moving away from separating our desires and our goals from our what is it, our success and our day-to-day resources, how we merge those together for a happier, healthier existence, making, what was I saying, oh, making a difference, making a living, making a difference, okay? For those of us that have that, whether it's a personal difference that you want to make, hi and welcome you all. Panda Blossom, Tuna, is that Shirinov? Welcome. Welcome to a moment of harmony. If you came in peace, you came to the right place, okay? Um, but yes, how we are always making sure that Whether you are making a difference within yourself or your own life, or you have a grand mission of making a difference in the world, in your world, in the world, making sure that we figure how do we move forward? How do we keep our momentum? We definitely did our Moments of Motion mini series prior to this one, coming off the enthusiasm and the heels of the new year, and then seeing things not move the way you want. And we learned how to get unstuck, okay? Unstuck. And now that we are unstuck, we're learning how to spring forward. And we're doing that with this series right here. So, profits and purpose. Let's get all up into it today. First thing with profits and purpose is we live in a society. First, this is what I want to do. I want us to keep in mind that that the rights, things that you have as a right, or things that are basic needs, they are not benefits, right? We live in a society where we're so disoriented, we're so distracted that we are just grateful sometimes for the bare minimal, and we count those as a benefit. And that is a major disservice. It does a major disservice to your ability to dream, desire, expand by having the bare minimal be something that you're excited about. Now, not something that you're grateful for. That's totally different. We should be grateful for gratitude has no small space, has no limit, right? It can be tiny and it can be huge on everything that we're grateful for. We can be grateful for everything and anything. We should be. But excited about, meaning that our arrival point or our point of relief is not the bare minimum. There are things that we have a right to. Survival is not a benefit. And a lot of times we'll say, well, at least, it's like I'm giving up my dreams, or I'm giving up my sleep, I'm giving up my peace, I'm giving up my joy, but at least I have this bare minimal existence in some area. And we'll get more into some more examples. But survival is not a benefit. This is why this is why our when you do go to work and you get a benefits package, it is separate from your salary. It's They don't just say, oh, you make this salary. They say a salary plus benefits. And for people that work in jobs where you get all the bells and whistles, that's what they mean by the bells and whistles. Great salary that I can live on, stability, security, and benefits, which normally come in like health, dental, paid time off, family, what is it, parental leave, things like that, right? um, they're separate for a reason. And in this society, we are big on, I think, again, with the strain and the weight of things that come down, just a lack of moral compass, a lack of spiritual direction. A lot of things, we live in a capitalistic society, so a lot of things are coming down on, can you pay your bills? Can you eat? Can you put gas in your car? Can you get through your day? And we think that, yes, I have sold my dreams, or I'm not living true to myself, or I'm not actualizing all of what I have, my creativity, my ideas, my mission, my truth. But I'm surviving, right? I'm living. I'm making it. And making it is not the same as becoming. And that's the biggest part of us being able to, once we get past these stuck patches, being able to really advance ourselves. I know that we live in a very physical environment. And so in the physical environment, we really put a lot of focus there. How much money can I make? How much time can I spend? How much tangible can I do? Thank you all so much. But really, in reality, I promise you that it's the spiritual work that's really moving opportunities, that's really moving manifestations, that's really moving the truth of your light and keeping the flow of things. And so being able to not get stuck in survival mode, easier said than done, because structurally we're just set up to be up in here keeping alive, right? But I want us to get into the point where we realize that profits and purpose are inseparable. Profit and purpose is inseparable. As above, so below. Just like spiritual and physical are inseparable. And when we do try to separate them, we pay gravely. When you are intimately tied to someone and it's not spiritually based, when you are connected to a way of life or your livelihood, the way you gain resources, but it's not connected to spirit. We learn that when you try to separate those things, when you try to work and it's separate, you want a lifestyle change, you want a diet or exercise, but it's not spiritually tied. You want to date or connect. You are a parent. You're doing things that aren't spiritually connected or tied or spiritually conscious, you begin to suffer, right? This is when emptiness comes in and a lack of fulfillment. And then we start to have to fill these holes, these voids, with things that further deteriorate us, further distract us, further destroy us. The solution is spirit first. We are spirit first. We are spirit first beings. As above, so below. It doesn't say as below, so above, right? As above, so below. What you lack spiritually manifests, presents itself in the physical. So when it comes to us being in survival, struggle culture is what I call it. When it comes to struggle culture, this survival mode, this thugging it out, I don't want to thug this life. I want to love this life. Okay? I don't want to thug a relationship. I want to love it. I don't want to thug my career. I want to love it. I don't want to thug motherhood, womanhood, sisterhood. I want to love it. Okay? I want to love this life. Yes, I'm going to learn at it. Yes, challenges and conflicts are inevitable, but they're necessary and intentional. I'm not running from them. I am being equipped for them so that I can be equipped for my next level. But I have to keep in mind that in order to do that, I have to first make the changes or the decisions in my mind and my heart that allow me to shift the way and what I accept and what I draw into my life. Rights versus benefits. Now, in some cultures, um, and this is just an example of what I mean by where we're going today on profits and purpose and not separating. Don't stop letting people make us separate them, okay? Profits and purpose. There are cultural practices in other countries where they do it's called female genitalia mutilation, FGM, or clitoral circumcisions for women. And the reason that they do this, they blanket it under religious um, means or under religious guidelines, right? And they'll say that it is to it is to force females to be virgins up until marriage, right? By removing the pleasure from intimacy, and it is to force them to be virgins, and then it is to force them to be faithful once they are married, because again they have no pleasure in intimacy, right? When many of us hear things like this, especially as ladies, okay, what? You know, it sounds horrific. It sounds torturous, inhumane. What society? What? Who thought of this? We know who thought of this, but why is this a thing? Why would this also be under the guise of good sacrifice, obedience, right? Why would we take something that has the most nerves in our bodies, cut off the sensation in order to control? And while that sounds so preposterous, I want us to keep in mind that in capitalistic America, okay, in a capitalistic society, because it goes beyond the borders of America, um, we do that every day. We take the sensation and the joy out of life, out of the production of life, out of the, we take all of what we desire the most, what brings us satisfaction, what brings us excitement, what takes us to our highest levels, and we remove it from work and life and relationship, and it's all burden, and it's all obligation, and it's all adulthood, right? I was at a party yesterday, and one of my childhood friends, oh, we're so far from children, but one of them said, I asked so much to be an adult. Why did I do that? Right? And it was a reminder to me that adulthood, this place of wisdom, this place of uh, a culmination of our stories and experiences, this place of understanding and expansion. Hi, 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 right? Thank you, Mr. Quarter. Um, we this place of wisdom and balance, right? We it's not fun. It's not fun here. It's all bills and responsibilities and choices, and it's like, why can't we go back to peace, joy, imagination? These are the things we're talking about when we say, I want to be a kid again. Freedom. Um, I what is it? Just an immense connection to things, the noticing of outside, a joy for the weather, the motion of our bodies, right? We just like, that is essentially what we mean when we say, why did I ask to grow up? Now I have a new question. Why is adulthood such a dread? Why is growing and becoming, why is aging and evolving, because that's really what we're doing. We're changing our bodies, our minds, our ideas. Why is it such a burden? Why is it not pleasurable? Why are we not loving the journey? Why are we not loving this? We're not loving this because we've been accustomed to separate profits and purpose. We make our money one way and we make our joy another way. And our joy is normally made on the back end, on the back burner, in our free time every now and again. Am I saying we all need to go out there and quit our jobs and become what we wanted to become as kids? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Talk to your creator about that. Source energy. Go talk about that. That's not what I'm saying per se. But what I am saying is, how do we return joy to our lives in every way? How do we love our lives? We love what we do. We love who we do it with. We love how we create what we give. We get. Why do we have to choose between our gain and our growth? And we'll get into that a little bit later as well. Survival is not a benefit. If it is not feeding you, if it is not allowing you to enjoy the life that you are living every day, it doesn't deserve a space in your world. I promise you that once you begin to believe and you begin to work on yourself, take chances on yourself, invest in yourself, you will be more likely to say, what is it that I want to do? Who is it? It took me getting to 40 to just embrace that even more, because my children are getting older. I have some young adults on my hands. I feel less obligated to everything else, which allows me to say, what is it that you actually want to do? What do you want to eat? Where do you want to live? What kind of work do you want to do? How do you want to look? You know, we spend so much time like, oh, society, this is the thing, or this is what men like, this is what women like, this is what my kids want to do, this is what I want us to be able to hold that within self without something catastrophic forcing us, like rock bottom, bankruptcy, divorce, disease. I don't want these things having to pull you to a point of, who am I really and what do I really want? I want you to be in a place of joy, already in a place of seeking, which is why you came to a moment today, right? Already in a place of seeking and becoming, and just saying, in this space of who I am becoming, how can I be more? of what I came here to be? How can I be more of my becoming? How can I have more joy? How can I really appreciate? How can I stop removing profit from my purpose? How can I not be in constant conflict about what I need to do to, to live and what I need to do to love? How can they be together? How can the live and the love live together, right? Um, One thing is we can just stop saying no to the inventory. I urge you to take spiritual inventory. What is in your life that you're investing in? Energy, time, space. What is not bringing forth a profit? And I don't mean is it paying you money. I'm saying what is not benefiting. The benefit matters. What is not benefiting your life? What is taking more from you than it is giving? What is not living up to your expectations, your standards, your desire? It can be anything. And I don't mean, again, something that's a little challenging now, but there's a bigger picture in place that's going to bring about a benefit like school. Okay, like being in a program where you're working towards a degree or some type of large finale, or being at boot camp at the military and then you will get your, your stripes, whatever they're called. You know what I'm saying? Or training for a marathon, but you will be moving towards the marathon. I'm not talking about a little bit of uncomfortability right now that leads to a big result later. I'm talking about pure chaos, instability, sorry, pure chaos, instability, um, stagnation, lack of stimulation, missing of joy, always leave space for longing, um, always leave space for deficit and need. I'm saying that, my dear, my love. I know in my one of my moment advertisements, I put the word beautiful, and it made me think of you, Mr. Carter, because I was like, I know I have some faithful brothers that follow me, and I shouldn't be saying beautiful all the time, but I just hate the beloved people to death. Okay, so sometimes I say beautiful. I mean, I think black men are beautiful, but personal preference. That's not to say that any other man isn't or any other body isn't. I'm just saying the preference of beauty. Um, from what is it? Lived life experience. That's what I'm saying. My lived life experience is that. It's my truth. It's not the truth. You know what I'm saying? So I think y'all are beautiful. But I don't think y'all like to be called beautiful. But just know I mean everybody, okay? Again, I don't want to beloved y'all to death. But to say again that we're getting into this space, we're getting into this place of where we are. We're living in this life of this life that we want. And when we're looking at it, right, or this life that we need, when we're looking at it, are we wasting space, energy, and time? Are we wasting love and life? Are we wasting, thank you, Mr. Cole, thank you. Are we wasting time and space on the things that we can absolutely look at and say, no benefit, very little benefit. The risk outweighs the reward. Okay, the investment is not paying off. This is one major way to be able to look and take spiritual inventory on how can I spring forward with so many unfruitful things holding my space, holding my time, holding my attention, holding my hopes, holding my desires. We can't spend no time on that, okay? Because I'm saying that I'm in the spring forward series of A Moment of Harmony because I'm ready to get this ball on the road. We're ready to move forward. We're ready to expand and experience. We're ready to see. And nobody have time to sit here twiddling their thumbs about what is possible when we don't see seeds being planted in the regular, on the and the constant, right? So being able to take that spiritual inventory and say, look, I do put a lot of time into this. or I do put a lot of hope into this. I hold out a lot for this. I kind of get my fingers crossed. My fingers do a lot more crossing than my hands do clapping. And I don't know. I don't know if the profit and the purpose are aligned. What is your purpose? You have a purpose. You have an overall purpose, and then you have what do they call intricate purposes in every pathway that you're in. In a relationship, complementary, you have a purpose. In a as a parent, or even as an adult figure in the community, you have a purpose. Um, in your sisterhoods, your brotherhoods, in your family relationships, your genetic, biological relationships, you have a purpose. And if you're getting in place and there's no profit and purpose coming together, you're probably not springing forward, boo. You're probably stuck. You're probably unstable. And we saying this is why it's not fun here. Listen, I'm loving 40. You know what I'm saying? I want to be in a life where it is fun here. There is joy here. Yes, we work hard, okay? We hustle and we get. We get bags, we get businesses, we take care of, we do what has to be done. But trust me, we stop, we drink hot tea, ooh, and it feels good. We stop and smell the roses. We admire the sun. We rest in the rain. We love it here, okay? Pleasures are pleasuring. We're not separating pleasure and purpose. Mm-mm. We're making sure that they all come together. We are indulging. We are appreciating. We are holding space for. We are holding forgiveness for. We are holding grace for. If that does not look like your reality, you're in the right place. I want us to get to that space for you. I don't want you distracting yourself with vices and toxins. I don't want you to be distracting yourself with technology or other mind numbing things that keep you from having to feel your unhappiness. I want you to be happy, feel the happy, get the happy, move the happy, be the happy. Okay? No matter what comes your way, because it's coming. It's coming your way. I always talk about the movie Taken. Listen, they're going to take you. Okay? Life is coming. It's happening. But guess what else can be happening? Happiness, joy, fulfillment, um, fruition, manifestation. That can be happening too. And it doesn't have to happen in balance. And the seesaw can go in your favor. Okay? It can work in your favor. We have to stop separating benefit. What is our benefit? I don't any longer want to hear us say, um, this is the goal. This is not a chastisement. This is the goal, right? Say, well, I hate this job, but it pays me this much. Or I'm not really happy, but I'm staying for the kids. Or it makes me sick. I don't get to travel. I don't get to rest. I can't sleep at night, but at least I have, I'm employed. I want us to stop separating the pleasure from our purpose. I want us to stop suffering in order to survive. We were intended to thrive. I used female genitalia mutilation as an analogy earlier, but in real talk, we were created to enjoy. We wouldn't have so many taste buds if we weren't. We wouldn't have all the nerves in the certain areas if we weren't. If we were mainly intended for reproduction, child, all we would do would chew and reproduce. But reproduction is full of renewal and endorphins and joy and what is it? Relaxation and re- all of it. And not just in that way, right? Going for a walk. Walking on the beach gives us a feeling. That's a reason. Walking through the forest gives us a feeling. There's a reason, is what I meant to say. Um, Sitting down with our friends and family, laughing with them, bonding with them, trusting with them, it gives us a feeling. These things are proof of the intention of joy, of renewal, of satisfaction, of of vibrancy. When you see people that's like, oh, you don't look a day over such and such, or you don't look like your circumstances. And that's because I am not my circumstances. That's because I am not aging, what is it? I'm not aging ungracefully. It's because I'm aging gracefully because I'm living with grace. Okay? That's why it's looking like that. I don't look like my circumstances because I am not them. I am above them. And I understand that. They are a part of my reality in that they are necessary for my growth. They are not a part of my reality in that they define or demean or diminish me. I have to keep my purpose and my profit. Why are you going to this thing? Why are you talking to this person? Why are you investing in this? Why are you working through this? Why are you um, keeping this in mind? Why is this your goal? Is your profit and your purpose connected? I promise you, the moment you say, I don't get this, but I get that, you're bargaining with the blessings of self. We talked about that in the previous moment. Bargaining with blessings, boo boo, don't do it. It does not always turn out well. Now, will we have to make sacrifices? Of course. Temporary, they should not be spiritual sacrifices. They can be monetary sacrifices. They can be temporary sacrifices. But they should not be a lifestyle mindset sacrifice. You have gone too far, beloved, at that point, okay? Survival is not a benefit. What is the saying they were saying a while ago? It was a couple of years ago, but I swear the years are moving so fast. They would say, but I'm going to stick beside him. It was something like that on Facebook where they would say, oh, my husband doesn't do this, or he doesn't do that, or my wife doesn't do this, or she doesn't do that, but I'm going to stick beside her. And listen, marriage. No one's saying that. I'm saying the point of the joke was that I'm going to keep thugging it out. Not happy and I don't like it. And what I'm saying, not necessarily, I'm not even saying leave, y'all. Listen to the message and tell me. I'm saying make it work for you. Where's the happiness in it? Where's the restructuring in it? Where is the joy in it that allows it to be a benefit? Hey, Vic Slim, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, many thanks to you. Um, but where is it? Okay, your rights, survival is not a benefit. Please stop putting that in the package, okay? There's a reason why your salary and your benefits are presented to you differently in a package. They are not the same thing. How you live and what you deserve, they go together, but do not let someone book them or exchange them. That's what I'll say. I'll take this and I'll give you that. Someone, something. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. It all goes together. Now, if it is underpaying you, right? When you take that spiritual inventory, if whatever you are investing your spiritual time and energy into, if it is underpaying you, it is undervaluing you. Quick and easy measurement. How do I know if this thing, this entity, this energy, this experience is all inclusive? Okay? Because that's the type of life we're talking about. How do I know if it's all inclusive? The profit and the purpose are connected. How do I know? If it is underpaying you, I don't care what it is. It is undervaluing you. You know what you want. You know what you deserve. You know what you need. Okay? And if it is under providing, it is under serving. And we are saying we're living a life that serves us. We're serving an energy, and therefore, in the spirit of Maya, life shall be serving us. Okay, it's Maya. That's Maya. We're serving an energy, and in the spirit of Maya, life should be serving us. If it is under providing, it is under serving, and it is no love loss. Okay, it's not what did I say last moment? It's not personal, it's purposeful. Okay, I have the Harmony original, that one. I keep saying it and I need to put it up. It's not personal, it's purposeful. Okay, please. No, it's not that I don't like the people that I work with, or it's not that I don't like the environment. That is cool. It's cool, right? But it could be divine. It can be vibrant. It can reach my dreams. I cannot have to put things to the side in order to live inside of my life. Let me stop doing that. I don't want to put things to the side in order to live inside of me, in order to walk in my shoes, in order to stay in my truth. I want to love it here. Remember, that's the whole goal. I want to love it here. And I don't, liking it here, that's for childhood. We liked a lot of things. We are growing, we are working, we are expanding, and the balance must come. I got to love it, boo. I have to love it. We just have to love it. Profit and the purpose. And when you put those together, it is the quickest recipe to loving, it. My purpose is to grow, to heal, to expand. Personally speaking, right? Your purpose may be something. You may have a purpose of, music and congregation, whatever your purpose is. But guess what? Who you hang with, they should align with that. Who you're in love with should align with that. Who you raise should align with that. The classes that you take, where you go and put your brain, your ears, your eyes. Shout out to the doc, where you lean your ears, should align with that. Okay? Um, if it is underpaying you, it is undervalued, and the profit and the purpose they got to stay together. Now, I know a lot of people are saying, well, you're saying that if it's underpaying you, it's undervaluing you. And some people are thinking about that financially. I want to clear that up, right? We're not talking about gain in the sense of gain itself. I used the silver and gold lyrics last week. What does it profit a man to gain the world but lose his soul? We're talking about growth over gain. If you cannot gain and grow, is what I'm saying. If all I'm doing is gaining and I'm not growing, this is not serving me. Right? When we watch people who have like 600-pound lives, people that struggle with weight, or it's because they're gaining but they're not growing. There are people to be like, how can somebody 600-pound be malnourished? Because they have a lot of nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean that derogatory, like they don't have nothing. I mean the weight is not value. If it's weighed, it's not the valuable weight. Okay? So, okay? I'm not saying a lot of nothing in that. Something is going on. Everybody is in a battle. Blessings to whoever is battling, right? What I'm saying is a lot of nothing leads you to imbalance, a malnourishment. So you may look like, okay, this is the analogy. You may look like you have a lot, but what's understood needs no explaining. And what I mean by that is that when you are growing, when you are truly and genuinely growing, your brain is growing, your muscles are growing, your dreams are growing, your value and your self-esteem is growing. It looks different from gain. It looks different from getting. Growth is the use of what you have. It's saying that, yes, I went to school to learn, but now I have and I use. That's the growth. Yes, I'm eating this food, that's the gain, but the growth is I'm using it to run. I'm using it to function. I'm using it to think clearly. I'm using my food to heal my body and to sleep. That's the growth. The gain and the growth are two different. Thank you so much. The gain and the growth are two different components. We live in a capitalistic society that's all about gain. Get. Go get a man. Go get a job. Get your bag up. Get your credit score. Just get, and do what with it? Okay? This is why we have these high divorce rates, high suicide rates, high what is it, abandonment rates when it comes to children as far as their welfare and well-being in our communities, because we got a lot of nothing. Get it and do what? That's growth. Get it and do what? Gain versus growth. They are two different things. And if you're out here living this life in this society where it is all go get, go get, go get, you just a go getter, but you never a keeper. You don't keep no peace. You can't keep your sanity. You can't keep your friends. All you can do is get. I don't want that for you. Profit and your purpose have been separated. And you have become gain minded over growth minded. And that's just what this society does to you. But boy, I ain't pointing fingers. I'm just lending a hand. Okay? I'm not pointing fingers. I'm lending a hand, pulling you up with me. Come on. Right? Um, when we say, well, you said if it's underpaying, it's undervaluing, but this, I get a lot from this. I can call this person and they'll do X, Y, and Z. I got a paycheck that's this big. I got this and that. Listen, but what is it doing within your spiritual life? What is it doing within your expansion? We are limitless beings. I want to just pause on that for a second because I want us to see as humanity, as a culture, as a collective, how far behind we are with some of the things that are possible for us. We are limitless. Our minds, our spirits, and our hearts can do things we've only scratched the surface on. Yes, thinking about someone and then they call, dreaming about something and then it happens, getting a thought about something and it's transformative, having an idea that creates a whole new momentum, a way of life, innovation, right? We scratch the surface on our abilities to heal one another and self, on our abilities to expand and to grow. And therefore, in order to thrive capitalistically, we have to be able to shrink that growing component because we need to financially rely on a number of components to survive. Okay? Gods don't look outside. They are. They don't look for what to be. They actualize what they are. Gods don't look for what to be. They actualize what they are. And for those uncomfortable with calling themselves gods, we're talking about source energy reflection. Okay? Gods don't look outside. They actualize themselves to be. Now, if we did that, and all we know we had to do was to activate and actualize, why would we spend so much money on pharmaceuticals, drugs, toxins, video games, shoes, hats, clothes, cars, bags? Why would we do that if we thought all the joy was on the inside, right? Hence capital. Okay, y'all got it. Y'all got it. Keep in mind that this struggle culture to get, to gain, to hold on to something tangible, to prove who you are, to prove what you can do, to prove your value, is not serving you on all levels. It is not as above, so below. Your spirit does not care. Your spirit does not care how much money is in your bank account if you are having suicidal thoughts regularly. I promise you. If you are lonely regularly, if you are discontent, if you are depriving yourself of joys regularly, if you worked all day, we talked about this in a moment, last moment, if you worked all day and you didn't eat or use the bathroom, but you getting a pat on the back from becoming a machine, it is not pleasing to your spirit. You have worked only in the physical. You have not considered the spiritual in conjunction, let alone first. Let alone first. It's underpaying you if you also can't sleep. It's underpaying you if you are your skin look like an alligator. You're breaking out. You're having hives and reactions. It's underpaying you. Okay, if you cannot, if you are, what is it, getting high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and you know, one leg swells up at night and the other knee you can't walk right on. Whatever you're doing, it's underpaying you. The benefit, your value You deserve. You deserve. As a divine being of righteousness. That's what we're all striving for. That's why we're here in a moment of harmony, is we're working for, right? As a divine being of righteousness, you deserve a life that you can live in and love at the same time. Now, before we get out of this moment, the profit and the purpose. I've been saying this all moment, right? Profit and purpose. Profit and purpose. You were not born and created or intended for one over the other. You were not intended to be out here living your purpose in a box. Okay, you just broke down because all you do is share your message, do the work. We've seen that before. I came to do the work and not forsake worldly things. We are spiritual and physical. No, worldly things are not our God or our worship. We should not be tethered to them in such a way. But we are human beings who need water. Go ahead without something tangible and see what happens to you. That's how we know nature. That's how we know what's needed. Yes, you need physical, tangible things. Equally, if not more, you need spiritual alignment. Okay? They are needed in conjunction. That's the main purpose of the benefits, of the benefit of this life. Do not separate them. So you can't out here just be living your purpose and struggling. You can't get a sandwich. You can't make a decision. You can't help yourself or anyone else because you just like, nope, I'm going to be an artist. Don't be a starving artist. Be an abundant artist. Okay? That comes from the purpose and the profit. You got it. Oh, you got that part? An abundant artist. You also can't be out here just making gains. You can't just be out here just making money and you're not making no memories. Okay? Making no life. You're making no difference. You're making no chain to your generational curses or cycles. The outer whack isn't working. We deserve a life we love. We want to make sure that when it comes to the profit and the purpose, yes, India Arie has a song that says, I know that it looks good, but can it be a part of my life? And I know that it smells good, but can it be a part of my life? And it probably even tastes good. This is one of my songs. But can it be a part of my life? And what it is saying is that I know temporary joy when I see temporary joy. I know unsustainable happiness when I see unsustainable happiness. I know one-sided pleasure when I'm around one-sided pleasure. We are getting too grown not to grow. We just getting too grown not to grow. Well, we don't have time to just play for the stay. You know, we staying for the play. We needed to work in our favor. We needed to not work against us. We needed to uplift and uphold us. We needed to make sense. Y'all remember that saying, if it don't make money, then it don't make sense. I'm saying if it doesn't make happiness, it doesn't make sense. And if it doesn't make balance, it doesn't make sense. If it doesn't make manifestations, it doesn't make sense. Meaning that I need both the money and the miracles. You can do it. We're limitless. We're limitless. I know, like, okay, you said that, Harmony, but it's going to take work. It takes work, it takes time, but it first takes the shifting of this because we have been conditioned for a total different perspective. And I promise you, the capitalistic perspective is not that of profit and purpose. Because that means that you can go out there and get it for yourself. Okay, if you got purpose and profit, that means there's something you can do for yourself to make yourself happy. Now, how in the world are the funeral homes, the courthouses, what is it, the White House? How are these things going to make money off you going to get it for yourself? Okay, but I want you to know it's available for yourself, from yourself, with yourself, and then culturally, okay, centered, self is collective. Self is us all buying in together on the same mindset, on a communal way of being, to say we can do it for ourselves. We can keep it Gucci. We can keep it Gucci. Okay. I want us really quickly. We're gonna get out of here, but we're gonna recap really quickly, okay? We are talking about the benefit. We are no longer living life without benefits. When we go into, thank you so much. Thank you, my love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are no longer living life without benefits. When we go into a job or we go to sign on a dotted line, we want to know what is our benefit. What are we getting out of this? If I put my money in here, what do I have to pay? What do I have to get, right? We get cable, we go order food from a restaurant. What is the price versus what am I getting? Okay? We want to make sure that we're doing that on a spiritual realm and a spiritual level in all areas of our lives. What am I paying or investing? What am I receiving? And how is it working for me? Is what I'm giving worth what I'm getting and how I'm growing? How does it all work together? Survival is not a benefit. Know your rights. You have the right to be respected. You have the right to be considered. When we count these as a benefit in a relationship, partners, romantic, financial partnership, the rights are the rights. I have a right to be, we'll say, oh, but I stay at this job, but they're real nice to me. People should be real nice to you. They should be real nice to you. That's not a benefit. That's a right. Okay? That's a right. Um, know your rights versus your benefits so that you know that your purpose is profiting you. As your purpose is also profiting the world. In assessing that, if it's underpaying you, it's undervaluing you. And that doesn't just mean monetarily. If it just isn't giving, right? That's what they're saying now, right? If it just isn't giving, I'm sure you just aren't getting. Okay? If it just isn't giving, I'm sure you are not getting, child. And that's enough of an evaluation to say, next. Thank you, next. Okay? Gain versus growth. Don't confuse them. Don't think you're doing big things because you got big things only. Okay? Big things are blessings. Are you big and blessed? Okay, that's the part, the whole part. Okay? Gain versus growth. Don't let them trick you to just get stuff and it's not doing anything for you. You just end up as an empty person with a lot of stuff. An empty person with a lot of accessories. Grow. Growth is the goal. Okay? And then finally, the profits and the purpose, which is the name of this episode today. Profits and purpose. Bring them together. You came here with unique you-ness, okay? Unique talents, unique gifts, unique glory, unique things that you came here equipped with what is needed for not only your life, but the lives and the lives and, if I can talk, lives and progress of humanity. You have come here equipped, and then you have been societally structured to be unequipped in order to need the equipment of something else. It's a whole thing. It's a whole strategy, y'all. We can't do this in one moment. What you came here with will get you what you need to go through this. Okay? So go on and make sure you, that profit, that purpose, bring them together. Let them love each other. We have to love this thing. I don't want us any longer like the best years of our lives are behind us. What? Houseway. The childhood was the greatest. That's our reference point of joy? No. Womanhood, motherhood, wifehood, husbandhood. For y'all brothers out there? All of it. I want it all. I want it all. I was about to give a quote, but I don't even want to bring that person's name up no more. But I was, there was a person that said, "Don't get mad, get everything." Right? And I'll give it. It's Ivanka. I'm just not going to use the whole. But don't get mad, get everything. And I'm saying in this life, don't get lost. Get everything. Get it all. Get the joy, get the benefits, get the profit. Most of all, get the happiness, get the blessings of creation, get your becoming. That's what I'm talking about. Become her, become him. You already are. You might as well embrace it and go ahead and expedite that process so that you can love every minute of this life. I love you all so much. Thank you for joining me for another moment of harmony. Happy birthday to my bouquet. It's my baby's birthday. I love y'all so much, and I will see you next week. Hopefully for a Saturday. You know what? I think next week is going to be a Sunday moment. I think I can tell y'all that already because my little niece Miyoki is going to have a birthday party. So I think. Let me check the time. But might be a Sunday moment. Anywho, we won't miss a moment if we can all but help it. So we'll be here. It'll be a Sunday moment. Saturday moment. You get a moment. You get a moment next weekend. And then you always can watch us on the playback. Much love to all my playback watchers. Super duper love to all my in-person chatters. Go on. We got through it. Okay? Go on. Take really good care of yourself. Love up on yourself. Get yourself some sunlight. Get out there around a cherry blossom. Y'all know what I'm saying? And then, after you've done some really good things for yourself, you spend some really good time with yourself, go on and love up on somebody else. Really, really love up on them. I love you. Moment of harmony. See you next week for another moment of harmony.